Hi, David. Thank you. That's a nice thing to say. Um, that was about the weirdest selfie I've ever taken, I think. I don't normally sit in a tree and take selfies, but. Hi, Lisa. How are you? It's so good to see you. How are you guys this fine Sunday afternoon? It's a little bit dreary here. Very, very cloudy, and it's got that cold, damp raininess, and it makes me think of that, was it Guns N' Roses song? Cold November Rain. Hey, Michelle, how are you? It's good to see you. David, I got to watch your videos this morning. You're going to think it's crazy, but I was actually cleaning my closet out, so I had my phone in the closet with me while I was cleaning. So I spent time with David in the closet this morning. Hey, Kay. Hey, Tammy. How are you guys? It's so good to see you. Yeah, of course I commented, David. I always try to comment on people's videos. It's so nice to get that feedback as the creator, the video person. So, yeah, absolutely. And guys, if you haven't checked out David's channel, he's got an amazing singing voice. Kay, I'm great. I'm so thankful that you asked. Yeah, I'm really, really good. I got to talk to Kate this morning. Those of you who were at the live last night noticed that Kate was missing because she's been sick. So I talked to Kate today, and she's starting to feel better, hopefully. So glad to hear that. We missed her last night. Hey, Veronica, how are you? I hope the weather's warmer where you are down there in Georgia. It's pretty chilly and wet up here. Hi, Karen. How are you? Yeah, we're very glad to hear Kate's doing better. We've really been missing her. She's been kind of knocked on her butt, so to speak. Poor girl. Hi, Lorna. How are you? Johannesburg. Very nice. I am very good, and I hope you are as well. Springtime in Johannesburg. That sounds like the name of a movie, doesn't it? Very nice. I'm good, Veronica. Thank you for asking. David says we did a great job with the hookers yesterday. Thank you very much. Yeah, it was good. I think we did okay, but it's kind of like driving a car with only 3 wheels. You know, we missed our Kate. So hopefully next week she'll be feeling better and we'll be back to our regular foursome. Okay, yeah, she was missing yesterday. Yeah, she's not feeling well, so she's getting better though. Yeah, so I hope you guys are all doing great. I got some mail here that's going out. I'm not showing anybody's addresses, but these are the people who guessed my favorite song during Card Chat this week. So they get a little prize coming from the Whippy Chick. So that was fun this morning to address their envelopes. Lorna says, springtime and the rainy season has started. We had a huge storm last night. Oh, okay. So you have rainy seasons. Certain parts of the United States have like weather seasons, like the plain states have tornado season, and the West Coast has fire season. Unfortunately, the fire seasons seem to get worse and longer each year. Here in the Northeast, we just have snow season. We haven't had any snow yet. We had a little bit of a dusting the other day, but not bad. Oh, and David's down in North Carolina in Wilmington, and it's rainy and dreary there. I have a very good friend in Apex, North Carolina. I don't know if that's anywhere near Wilmington. I don't think so, right? Wilmington is closer to the coast, I think. Geography is not my strong suit, so. Hey, Bev, how are you? Bev is saying hi to all of her yarny friends. Didymer Knittery is Bev, for those of you who have not met Bev. So it's so good to see you, Bev. I hope you're doing well. We're all just kind of chatting a little bit, talking about the weather and how things are going. Beautiful day in Georgia. Oh, you're in Georgia too. Okay. Just like Veronica. About 65 and sunny. Ooh, that sounds lovely. Yes, you're right, David. Apex is near Raleigh, a few hours away. Okay. Yeah, my good friend Michelle's from, she's not from Apex. She's from here, but she moved down to Apex recently, a couple years ago. Excuse me, I swallowed wrong. Hi, Roxy. I'm glad you liked the live yesterday. It was fun. We always have such a good time, the four of us. Oh, David, lots of Northerners invading the South again. I know about, I want to say 35, 40 years ago. It was when I was a kid. There were a lot of people from my area here all moved down to Charlotte, North Carolina. Must have been a huge influx, but it was all IBM because IBM originated where I'm from. And then they had a big, I don't know, corporate opening down there in Charlotte. So a bunch of them moved down there. My uncle was one of them that moved down there. Sorry, we're sending our Northerners down. Hey, Petra, how are you? I thought you were going to go take a nap. I wouldn't blame you if you did. You're a busy gal. Hi, Tammy. It's a beautiful sunny day in Mississippi, considering that Wednesday we had a hurricane. I know, right? I finally got power back yesterday afternoon. Yay, can't talk. No more crocheting by lantern. Woo, you were being like old-timey crocheting by lantern. It's interesting to think about what our crocheting and knitting ancestors had to go through. Boy, they had it pretty rough. They had to like make the yarn. They had to shear the sheep and card and spin the wool, and wow, we're pretty lucky. So everybody's saying hi to Petra. Petra, your live is this afternoon, right? You've got to get some rest. David, Charlotte became a big banking center. I went to high school and college near Charlotte. My uncle lived in Charlotte for a long, long time. I was only in Charlotte a handful of times, but the one time that I was there was very memorable because I was at his house and I was outside walking and there was a snake. And it wasn't like a little snake like we have here. It was, how to put it in the camera, it was huge. It was this enormous black snake. And I think someone said it was a rat snake, but I can't remember. But everybody in the community enjoyed having the snake because it kept the mouse and rat population down, but it scared the bejeebies out of me. Oh, let's see here. Try to keep up with my chats. Yeah, Veronica's in Georgia as well, and it's 68 and sunny there. That's nice. Kathleen, good day. It's a wonderful 57 and sunny in Oklahoma. Oh, I used to love the musical Oklahoma. I knew every word. I used to play that record album over and over and over. I was a little bit of a music nerd. Sound of Music, Man of La Mancha. Loved them all. Loved them. Let's see here. David says, back in the day, we crocheted by candlelight. Our patterns were on parchment. Come on, David. I've seen your videos. You are not that old. Petra says she loves being y'all's company. She's got that Southern accent going on. I've got the nasally upstate New York accent. Oh, Nadine, how are you? Nadine says, hi, Tammy. I'm from Mississippi, too. Glad you're okay and you have your lights. We're all very glad that you guys are doing well down there in Mississippi. I believe Louisiana was hit pretty hard, right, as well? There have been so many hurricanes this year. It's just unbelievable. It's terrible. Tammy, I don't know how they did it back then. My eyes were crossed. Yeah, I'm guessing that they probably did a lot of it by daytime and not so much at night. I don't know. Oh, thanks, Veronica, for saying that. That's nice. Hi, Ingrid. How are you? Ursula asked me to please tell you she's not going to make it for the live. She's traveling home with her husband after a nice yarn shopping. Oh, that's so good. I'm so happy for Ursula. And Ursula, if you happen to catch this after live, I'm so glad. I think you needed that. I think you've been really, really busy lately. I was a little worried about you because you were just going. And yeah, I'm glad that you got to take that time and be with your husband and do a little yarn shopping. A little yarn shopping therapy is good for the soul. Everybody's saying hi to Petra. Everybody knows Petra. Oh, let's see. David Browning. I grew up on that recording and lots of other musical theater recordings my parents had. Yeah, me too. Me too. Sound of Music and South Pacific and yeah, Man of La Mancha. I really liked that one. And Oklahoma, I liked a lot too. But we had a bunch of them. Karen Ruddy says it. It, like the scary clown. I'm terrified of that guy. Hey, Nancy, how are you? It's good to see you here. David said something hysterical. I'm trying to find it. Lorna says, Oklahoma. Wow, that takes me back. It was a wonderful musical. It was. I loved it. Don't you love that scene in Twister when the couple are in the car and they're singing Oklahoma at the top of their lungs? Or am I the only person who has seen that like 100 times? David was in Oklahoma in college in the chorus. I was in South Pacific in The Sound of Music. Those were the shows that we did. And we called them South Pathetic and The Sound of Mucus. They were pretty good. It wasn't too bad. Oh, Karen, it's cold and raining in the UK. That sounds like it is here. It is, I don't know if it's still raining, but there's still drops of it on my windows. And the sky is battleship gray and kind of a good day to sit back and crochet, right? David, I got to see an amazing production of Oklahoma at Glimmerglass in Cooperstown. David, that is so cool. I am so close to Cooperstown. We were actually at Cooperstown 2 weekends ago. No, last weekend. I was in Cooperstown last weekend. We went up there for lunch. And the place where we go for lunch is, it's got like a patio. And so they have it set up where they made like these cubicles with fiberglass in between them. And because it's outside and it's cold, they had the propane heaters out there. And yeah, so we enjoyed eating outside still. I think they're probably done, though. I think she said just to the end of October, and then they're closing up for winter because you can't sustain that in the Northeast in the wintertime. But yeah, I love Cooperstown. We go there a lot. Tammy, yes, Louisiana too. I'm ready for this year to be over. Too many storms. Too many everythings, right? Too much pandemic, too many storms, too much politics, which I don't discuss. I'm just ready for it to just go away, right? You don't want to wish time away, but man, how much is enough, really? Gosh, can't take it anymore. It's crazy. Ingrid says at Patriots Happy Place. Oh, she's saying hey to everybody. Hey, Patriots Happy Place and Bev and Veronica. So good to see everybody. Let's see here. Where are you, Julie? We were at Fort Drum for a few years. Michelle, I am they call it the southern tier of New York. It is where I live. It's about a half hour from the Pennsylvania border, and it's about an hour south of Syracuse. So like right slap dab in the middle of the state, but down by the southern border. Yeah, it's beautiful where I live. I love my home. Petra, you guys are so sweet to think of me. This is honestly the best community, and y'all are my family. Oh, that is sweet, Petra. We do all support each other pretty well. I felt a little bad I wasn't able to give you too much support today. It sounds like we had some technical difficulties with loading software and that sort of thing. Petra and I were going to talk about editing today, but we didn't get a chance to do that. So, but Petra, it's just practice, 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 and patience, 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 and research, and you'll figure it out. You will, I promise. If it's something you really want to do and enjoy it, you'll get it. David, someone on Insta posted this morning, buying yarn and using yarn are two different hobbies. You got that right. I have a little bit of a yarn wall. Let me see if I can tip this up a little. Which might look like a lot to some people, but we yarnies know better. That is not a lot. Gingers is a lot. Crystals is a lot. Even Petra, she's got a lot. There's a lot of people with a lot more yarn than I have for sure. Lee says, I still love South Pacific musical movie. Yes. Yes. I love the part where the one guy dresses up with the coconut bra and the hula skirt. So funny. Bev grew up in Nebraska where, believe me, I've lost it. I do this all the time. The wind comes sweeping across the plains. Yes, I bet. I've never been that far west, and I really do want to go out west sometime and just see all that flat land, because here it's all rolling hills, and it's always kind of fascinated me and somehow scares me at the same time to see all that flat land. I'm kind of scared of going to the desert too, for the same reason. It's like all of that, just nothing scares me. It's kind of crazy, right? Kathleen, I've seen Oklahoma movie a few times, never saw the play. I saw the play in Washington, D.C. once, or the musical in Washington, D.C. It was pretty good. It was like at a dinner theater. And gosh, I think it was in like 1990, 1991. And I still have the glass goblet that you got as a souvenir, and we still use that. We don't give up on things because they're old, as you can see. That would be awesome, David. I would love that. We would totally meet up. Star Brown, good morning. Doing a happy dance, huh? If you guys didn't see it, about a hour ago, I uploaded the video for the card chat giveaway, and Star Brown is our winner. So congratulations to Star. I'm excited to get that in the mail to you. I've got it. Whoops. I've got it here ready to go. You can't have my bag. Sorry, Star, but I've got it in this bag and all covered in plastic to keep the dog hair off. Let's see. Hi, Vanessa. How are you? David says there's a great restaurant on the lake not far from Glimmerglass. Is it the big one with the hotel, David? Is that the one you're talking about? They have quite a few restaurants up there. I do love Cooperstown. It is a lot of fun, and I don't even like baseball. I don't dislike baseball. I don't particularly watch sports much, but yeah, most people go there for the sports, the baseball stuff, home of baseball and all that. But I will say this about the baseball: it is really hard not to conjure up the scenes from A League of Their Own when I'm in Cooperstown, because they filmed up there. And I think the most fun I've ever had in Cooperstown was we went to a Paul Simon concert on the 4th of July in Cooperstown in the baseball field. So that was really cool too. Carrie the Yarny Elephant says hello, and Crochet at My House says hello. So hey guys, it's good to see you. Glad you made it. David says to Petra, I always do this, guys, during the live. I always bump my comments and then I can't find where I left off. I wish they would scroll at a steady rate. Okay, so David says to Petra, I watched a live stream from an automotive channel I like, and the community is very different from the yarn community. Yeah, I would think so, but probably equally supportive, I hope. We're all a bunch of yarnologists over here in the yarn community, right, guys? Yeah, I imagine it's way different. Tracy loves crochet and yarn. Hi from Sydney, Australia. Wow. How are you, Tracy? I'm usually pretty good with the time zones. I'm thinking it's probably early morning tomorrow, early Monday morning, maybe. Where you are, you'll have to let me know if I'm even close. Isn't it weird to talk to someone who's already in tomorrow? Let's see. Oh, everybody's saying hi. Vanessa, can you make a bandana? Can you make a bandana step by step? I would like to learn how to make one. A bandana. Do you mean just like a crochet scarf? I'm not sure I'm following. Or are you talking about something that goes over your face or on your head? The like headband kind? You have to let me know, Vanessa, clarify, and I'll see what I can do. David, I saw a LA gay men's chorus video of South Pacific medley that was hilarious. It's on YouTube. I will have to check that out. That sounds like it's right up my alley. I'd probably know every word to all of the songs. Everyone's saying hello. Oh, Veronica, that's a sweet thing to say. Thank you. Ingrid, not a musical, but have you ever listened to the Gunther Kalman Choir perform? Oh my gosh, goosebumps. Specifically, the Elizabeth Serenade, Klein Nachtigall, performed by the Congo Caves. I have not checked that out. It sounds really good. Gunther Kalman Choir sounds German, I'm guessing. We'll see. Have to check it out. David says, see if the British stage production with Hugh Jackman is on Netflix. Oh, the Oklahoma one? Isn't that amazing? I remember when that first came out and Hugh Jackman was saying that he actually never intended to go into musical theater and just really wanted to do Oklahoma. And when he auditioned, he had never had like singing lessons or anything, I guess. And they said, well, how did you get the part? And he said, I'm an actor. I just acted like I knew what I was doing, which I thought was a great answer. And now look at him. He's got like this stage show and everything. It's pretty cool. I like Hugh Jackman a lot. V is my nickname. I didn't know that was your nickname, Veronica, but it makes sense. Michelle is saying congratulations to Star. Yeah. Star says, I couldn't find your email, Julie, so I messaged you on Instagram. Okay, I'll find it there as well. My email should be in the description box, but there's a lot of stuff in that description box, so that's fine. I'm sure I'll find it, and if I don't, I'll mention it in the next video. So, David said, if I weren't so ornery and bitter, I'd congratulate Star Brown. Aw, David, don't be like that. Don't be a sore loser. Oh, goodness. Let's see. Star says, didn't realize you knew me that well, David. David said, my ex went to the Baseball Hall of Fame while I was interviewing a singer for my opera blog. That's cool. It's good to have different interests, right? My husband doesn't particularly get too excited about yarn, but that's okay. I don't particularly get excited about cycling. And that's what he is really interested in. So that's okay. What are the things hanging at the bottom of the mesh basket? These here, these are just different swatches. Let me see if I can take them down. I was on a little kick this summer of making different granny squares. So here, I'll hold them up for you. Yeah, I was just trying out different granny squares. I particularly like the peace sign one. Here's another peace sign one. Actually, I think this one looks, I think it looks like the Eiffel Tower. Yeah, so just different little granny squares. Just goofing around. This is the one my husband likes a lot. He said that's the nicest one. They all have like a funny little loop here from hanging so long. Here's another one. This one was called the Margaret Square, I think. I found all of them on Pinterest. But Margaret was my grandmother's name, so that one's like special. I like that one. And then I never did anything with them because, time. Who has it? Has anyone seen my time? Because I could use some more. Could use some more time, please. Yeah, and then there's a couple other little swatches back here. These are African flowers, and this was a swatch when I was figuring out how to make the dripping paint blanket. So, yeah, just little odds and ends. Jill says, happy Sunday. Hope everybody's well. Hey, Jill, welcome to the chat. It's good to see you. I actually almost knocked that right off the wall. I actually had to rearrange my yarn because I had all of this yarn here in a little open box under the chair that I'm sitting on, and my dog kept taking it. So I took all of the scrap yarn that I had up there that I'm using to make my big old scrap blanket, and I put it all in this thing that used to have like a comforter, a bed comforter in it. So I said, wow, it looks like a yarn suitcase. But yeah, those are all of my scraps. Boy, that's actually heavy. I'm building muscles here. So funny. Oh my goodness. Let's see. Who else is coming in here? There's Jill. Hey, Genevieve's here. Hey, Genevieve. Good to see you. And Bab says, love the peace sign Granny Square. I do too. I actually reached out to the person that wrote the pattern for it to see if I could do a tutorial on it, but she never replied to me. She never answered, so I didn't. Crochet at my house. Hey, cool. That's interesting way to keep them after trying them. Made a lot of squares this year. Still have more to make, but just sitting in a box. Yeah, I don't know. I like how they look. I just think they're pretty. Let's see. David says, I made a blanket last year of Bag O' Day's textured granny square. It's in the box I sent to Melanie. Oh, isn't that wonderful? Melanie's mom has got that foundation for young mothers and setting them up with things they need and getting donations from yarnies like us. I think that's wonderful. She sounds like an amazing person. David says, if you've got the money, honey, I've got the time. And he spelled it Thyme. Love it. Bev, I want to find a way to make something wacky out of my swatches in small pieces. Yeah, me too. The hard thing with granny squares is that the sizing. You have to figure out a way to get them all lined up just right, and that's tricky. Hey, Kitty, how are you? It's good to see you. Oh, thanks, Jill. Yeah, they are pretty good storage ideas, if I do say so. This one just kind of came to me, my yarn suitcase. Ingrid said, yes, Gunther Kalman is German. Oh, my, thank you. Think you'll be in for a treat, crocheting in front of the fireplace and have a listen. Don't think I'd be wrong in thinking. You'll appreciate it. I'm sure I will. I really... I love all genres of music. I can't think of really any that I absolutely hate. Country comes kind of close. I don't hate country music, but I don't like as much of it as I do other genres. I love old Willie Nelson music and old Patsy Cline and Loretta Lynn and Dolly Parton. I like the older stuff. But I'm not so into the newer country. But yeah, I like a lot of different kinds of music. Jill says, I have so many quilts in those. Yeah, actually, the only reason this one is empty, Jill, is because it had like 4 or 5 Afghans in it. And I had them like all squished in there, and it's getting chilly. So I took them out. So hopefully the great big hexagon blanket will be done by the time it's time to put them back in. I gotta think of space here. So everybody is saying hi and giving lots of hugs and kiss emojis. It's so nice to see you all loving each other. Jill says, happy Sunday to Veronica. And Michelle says, I use those bags for project bags for larger projects. Yeah, it's a great idea. They're fantastic. I never throw those out. Never throw them out. They're always good for something. Let's see. Everybody's saying hi. Hi, Mama Kitty. Hey, Kitty. Bev, I have so much yarn. I often throw away scraps. I want to keep them and make something. Yeah, I like to make magic balls. Here, I'm gonna take these out for a second so I can grab them. Hold on one sec. Oh, I'm dropping stuff. Shoot. Sorry, guys. I've organized everything so carefully I can't find anything. I thought I had some magic balls up there, but they must be down in here. But anyway, magic ball is where you take all your smaller scraps and do the magic knot, which Ginger demonstrated last night, but there's lots and lots of tutorials on how to do the magic knot if you've never seen it. But I like to just magic knot them all together and put them on the ball winder or just wind them by hand and yeah, make scrappy blankets out of them. I've made the craziest looking blankets that way, but you know, it doesn't go to waste. Let's see. David says, one YouTuber I watch whenever he's getting ready to go out says, where are my keys? Where are my sunglasses? Where's my dignity? I would say, where's my sanity? Oh my goodness. Oh, wasn't Patsy Cline amazing? Crazy. I loved Patsy Cline. Used to listen. I had to date myself now. I had a cassette tape of Patsy Cline when I was in high school, I want to say, and I used to listen to it over and over and over. Ingrid, all good. Thank you, Mama Kitty. Mama Kitty, so sweet. Saying hi to everybody. Kayla, hello from Northwest Indiana. It's chilly, very windy day here today. Oh, 'tis this season, Kayla, right? Getting cold. Oh my goodness, guys. Hey, Kate. Kate's here. Kate from Bitch and Stitches. She's my gal. Kate, we miss you. It's good to see that you're conscious. Oh, Crochet at My House said, I've made a ball like that before, used it for a blanket edge. Yeah. I am so frugal. I never get rid of my yarn. In fact, the other day I did actually throw something yarn related in the trash, and my son thought I'd lost it. He's like, Mom, there's yarn in the garbage can. Did you know there's yarn in the garbage can? He was worried. But it was okay. It was not worth unraveling. Yeah, everybody's missing you, Katykins. I'm glad you're here. Jill says, my husband is such a goof. He walked by and thought I was watching someone on the toilet. I guess he saw the white chair. Not a toilet. It's a chair with a fun pillow. Doesn't this look like a Muppet? And he's two big eyes. Oh, that's funny, Jill. Well, I hope you corrected him. David, there's a crocheter in Toronto, can't remember her channel, who made a gorgeous scrap sweater for her husband. Oh, I'll have to check that out. Those Canadians, they know what they're doing. They know. Kate says she's feeling better, but so tired. Poor Kate. David, I had cassettes of Olivia Newton-John and the Carpenters. David, we're like destined to be best buddies. I tell you what. And my husband loves Olivia Newton-John. In fact, we listened to Olivia just yesterday in the car. He loves her. But I had the Carpenters. So fun. Genevieve is saying, so nice to hear that Kate's feeling better. Yes, Ingrid, that's what we keep telling her. Take it easy, Kate. Rest and lots of TLC to yourself. Anne Murray too. Wow, David's got all the songbirds on his listening list. Absolutely. Oh, Helen Reddy. Yeah. Got a little soul music there. Oh, and Kay is saying hi to Kate and glad that she's feeling better. So I was saying earlier in the stream that I've got some happy mail to go out because some of you figured out my favorite song from when I was a kid was The Joker by the Steve Miller Band. See, all genres, all genres. So yeah, your stitch orders are on the way. And speaking of mail, I got some myself. Whoa, sorry guys. I got some myself from Miss Petra because I knew and could type really fast that she lives in Kentucky. So I was the lucky winner of four skeins of wool ease, thick and quick. So thank you, Petra. Wanted to let you know that I got that in the mail yesterday. That was a happy surprise because honestly, it was such a busy week. I had kind of not forgotten about it, but just had it like leave my mind for a bit. So I was so excited. I was like, oh, I got yarn. Love it. Oh, fun. Let's see. Jill grew up with Anne Murray. You needed me. You needed me. Absolutely. I'm going to try to reach this box without knocking anything over because, excuse me again, I did some shopping myself yesterday. I went to Michael's because I've got like a pattern idea like bobbling around in my brain, and until I get it on yarn, on a hook, it's just going to stay there. It's just going to keep wandering around in my brain. So I wanted it to be a chunky project so that it could be something that people could do really quick and would be really cozy. So after listening to some different people's suggestions for chunky weight yarn, because I don't use chunky weight yarn too much, so I was asking everybody for what they like. A lot of people said the Premier Puzzle, which I was not able to find at my local Michael's. I thought they might have it because they do sell some Premier. But also Melanie over at Hook to the Left suggested Loops and Threads Charisma. So that is what I picked up in this beautiful red. I almost thought that they were different dye lots because they looked a little bit different to me, but they are from the same dye lot. So yeah, excited. So that was one yarn purchase from yesterday. Hang on one second, guys. I didn't want to cough into my mic because that's just gross, but I have allergies, so I do a lot of throat clearing. I apologize. It's so gross. Oh, get up there and stay up there. But also, so I got mail from Petra, but I also got some mail from Premier. So I ordered this yarn, not really knowing what to expect. It was called Fleck. It's Studio Classic by Nicole. It was aquamarine speck. And in the picture, I could not tell if they were like little sequins in it, which if you know me very well, you know I love that sparkly stuff. But it's not. It's almost like a tweedy kind of thing. Yes, I got some new yarn. So I got it in blue, but I also got it in gray. I'll take it out of the bag so you can see. This is my very formal unboxing. Yeah, so I got it in gray and in the blue. The gray one looks bigger, but I don't think it is. I think they're the same size. That'd be crazy if they weren't, wouldn't it? Yeah, this is silver spec. 140 grams. 140 grams, yeah. One's just squished. Yeah, so I don't know what I'll make with those yet, but it was on clearance, so I had to grab it. I also grabbed some other stuff that I just needed to, I needed some more of certain colors for a project I'm working on. So that's why I was ordering. And I just had to get some of that spec. Yeah, it looks like gray. It is. It's got like gray and black specks, and it's like a very light blue. It says aqua, but it's not like an aquamarine. It's more of like a pale blue. It's pretty. It's pretty. I'm not sure what I'll make with it yet. We'll see. I only have 3 skeins, so can't be anything too huge. David says, my tastes have grown up so much in these 88 years. 88 years, David. I don't think so. KD Lang, yeah, I used to like KD Lang. Lyle Lovett, Don McLean, Mamas and the Papas, so many more. On top of the opera singers, I try to keep up with. That's cool. I have a good friend, and her partner is an opera singer, and he's really, really good. I like to listen to him. It's been tough on the artists, though, the musical artists, opera singers, and actors, and people who are in musical theater, because there's no shows. I think that they're having a really rough time with their creative outlet. They don't have any creative outlet. It's got to be really rough. Katie Lang has the voice of an angel. Yeah, she does have a beautiful voice. That looks so festive looking. Are you talking about the yarn or the red? So pretty. I love it. Let's see. Not gross at all. I do a lot of nose blowing. Yeah, I know, but y'all don't want to hear my phlegm. I wouldn't blame you. Oh, goodness. Debbie, how are you? Debbie Marchone is here. It's good to see you. Stitch Studio, that's a pretty blue. It's like a robin's egg. It is. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It is like a robin's egg. Really, really pretty. One thing I love about Stitch Studio and also Premiere is Easy Start. I love that. Why don't more yarn manufacturers do Easy Start? Why? Wouldn't it be so hard, would it? They would be fantastic together. Yeah, that's true. I do love them. They're really pretty. I don't think I'm going to be able to ever get it again since it was on clearance. I think it's discontinued. Bev says, I have some charisma left from a blanket, 4 skeins. I just bagged it up to give to a new young crocheter along with some vintage hooks and other yarns. The charisma, it's a mulberry bush colorway. I didn't check the colorway on this. Let's see. This is just called red. Just red. No fancy name. Thanks, Crochet at My House. Genevieve says, where did you go? I love Touch Me in the Morning by Barbra Streisand. Yeah, Barbara. She's like butter. Do you guys remember Coffee Talk from Saturday Night Live? And Barbra Streisand came on and they were like going crazy. I don't know. It's where my brain goes. 88 might have been an exaggeration, David. You think? You think? I'm thinking maybe a little bit. Kate says, the only opera singer I know of is Florence Foster Jenkins. She was the absolute bomb. She's a real diva, right? Let's see, Ingrid, that is so kind of you, Bev. Sure, the new young crocheter is going to be happy. It really is sweet of you. I like that idea. I wish I knew of some young crocheters. Actually, the young lady who lives next door to me, I think she's 16. She's just recently started crocheting. So I told her, if you ever need anything, come on over. But I think that shopping for your yarn stuff is a fun thing to do too. So she hasn't asked for anything. Of course, COVID kind of gets in the way too. We don't really visit each other as much as we used to. Jill says, my husband steam cleaned my floors. I hope you are as blessed with your sweethearts. I am absolutely very blessed in that department, Jill. My guy is amazing. He took my son shopping today for clearance items from the Halloween stores. My son loves Halloween, so I was delighted. That's what he did for me today. David says, I know people who are no longer singing at all, while I have other friends who are still enjoying successful careers. Some have created their own opportunities incorporating social distancing. Yep. A lot of them are going virtual, which is nice. Yeah. I think it's not the same as having an audience, but it'll get you through, I guess, until we can go back to some semblance of normal again. That'll be good. Oh, Nancy's here. Hey, Nancy, how are you today? Glad you came. Nancy says, I'm here watching while I crochet the Falling Leaves Shawl by Fiber Spider. Wow, there's so many great channels out there. Just not enough for me to keep up with. Kate, I was just thinking about Terrence. Kate says, at David, my hub has a grand total of 2 gigs since the middle of March. And Kate's husband is an amazing musician. Yeah, now he's under Kate's feet all the time. But Kate gets to hear him sing, right, Kate? Ingrid, it will be a surprise for the young lady. I know her dad and asked him if I could give her some things. So I'm sure that he was very pleased with that, Bev. Hey, Jen, how are you? It's good to see you. I'm glad you stopped by. Ingrid says, oh, Nancy, I saw the Falling Leaves Shawl by Fiber Spider. Love it. He's excellent. Really like him and his way of teaching. I want to say it's Fiber Spider that showed me how to do the magic knot, but I'm not positive. I think so. If it is, he did a really good job teaching that because I've never forgotten it. David says, Kate, I didn't know your hubby is a singer. Do I know his name? DM it on Insta if you prefer. Kate, can I just tell him? Kate says, Florence Foster Jenkins was awful. Obviously, I don't know. Objectively, the worst opera singer ever. Her recordings are a cult favorite and almost impossible to find. Yeah, I don't really know opera much. Sorry. Was she worse than Ethel Merman? David says, survey says, David says, I was blessed for 14 years with a great husband. Also, no more. Or alas, no more. Oh, he's saying that to Jill. Gotcha. Genevieve, my daughter just started on her birthday on the 5th of June. So love it. She gets excited about yarn and projects. That's awesome. That is so nice. I've tried to get my husband and my son to get excited, but they're just not interested. Wah, 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 wah. Jill says, I'm sorry, David. I can't even imagine. David says, I learned the magic knot from Secret Yarnery, but I've learned so many things from Fiber Spider. Yeah. Hey, Kim, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Veronica, I need to go. Awesome group time to get something to eat and finish a project. See you at 6:30 today at her chat. All right, Veronica, enjoy. I made sure I ate before my live because I was so hungry. But it was a really good cheeseburger, if anyone wants to know. Oh, goodness. Yeah, Kim, you like Fiber Spider? Yeah, he is really good. My goodness, I have just can't stop clearing my throat, you guys. I do apologize for that. I did want to talk to you guys about the card chats because I love doing them. They're a lot of fun, but they're also really eating up my my time. Oh, yes, Star. For sure. That was a good cheeseburger. Love my George Foreman grill. And Kim is crocheting the Outlander cowl right now, and it's working up pretty quick. Yep. Bye-bye, Veronica. Yeah. So the card chats, though, because I was doing them Monday through Friday on my lunch break. I only get a half hour for lunch. So I was trying to get the filming done, which isn't hard. I just stick it up on my dashboard. I have a little camera holder up there and then film, just myself talking. And usually it takes a couple minutes to just do the nature scenes or whatever. But then I get home around 4:30, and then I make dinner and we sit down and eat. And then right after dinner, I start editing. And usually I'm uploading between 7 and 8 at night. So it doesn't leave me much time to crochet, for one thing. And it doesn't leave me any time to do the other things like tutorials and stuff. So after lots and lots and lots of contemplation and discussion with my husband, and he's worried that I'm gonna like burn out. He's like, I don't want you to get where you don't like doing it. I don't want it to get to be like a job. You already have a job, and he's right. I want to keep it a fun hobby. So I think I'm gonna back it off to 3 times a week, like Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on that. A lot of you were really supportive and said that you really, really like them. And that makes me really happy. I love hearing that you like them, because I really like making them. It just is really super time consuming as well. So yeah. Roxy says, I thought of the card chats as a sort of Vlogtober and was not expecting them to be permanent. Yeah, I honestly didn't either. And I don't know that they will be. But I really like doing them at the same time. I do. I really like it. So, yeah. And Kim says it can be easy to overwork ourselves. Yeah. And Jen's agreeing. It can be. Yeah. I wish that it was my job. Not that I don't love my job, because I really do. I like what I do for a living. Roxy says, how about once a week? I think I could probably do more, at least 2. Petra says, no editing would prove very helpful, LOL. Actually, that's one of the parts that I love the most about it, though, Petra. I really love that part of it. So I think I can still do them. I just think I need to do fewer. I think if I start backing off to 3 times a week and see how that works for me, and if that's still too much, then maybe, instead of Monday, Wednesday, Friday, I could do Tuesday, Thursday, or something like that. Let's see. Ingrid says, I agree, Julie. It should stay fun for you, but you need time for other things as well. Be sure, even if you did once a week, we would still be watching and loving it. Oh, Ingrid, that's sweet of you. Thank you. That's really sweet. Jen says, it's hard to find a happy balance. Yeah, it really is. It really is. My immediate family, my husband and my son, are super, super supportive, and yeah, they don't mind at all. But, there's other families to think of too. There's other obligations. So you have to really find that delicate balance, that, walking on that tightrope, David says, I love the card chats, but I recognize your risk in burning out. You can find the right balance, and it doesn't have to be the same forever. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. Like, it's hard to picture burning out, because I really do love it, but you can overdo a thing for sure. I also worry that I'm going to run out of stuff to talk about. It's only so much, only so much you can say every single day. So Kim says, I like the card chats, but just remember to take time for yourself, your husband. It's right. 2 times a week would be good. And if you wanted to sneak extras in there, so be it. Thank you. Thank you, Kim, for that. That's good support. I appreciate that. Angela, how are you? It's good to see you. Star says, I have faith in your ability to find topics. Yeah. Pretty soon, the scene out my window of the car is not going to be as pretty as it has been. That's for sure. It's going to be starting to get very gray and dark and snowy. And snow right after it falls is beautiful. Snow 2 days after it falls, not nearly as beautiful. Once it gets all of the rock salt and the mud and stuff mixed in, it's just not nearly as pretty. And once it blows off of the tree branches, and yeah, then it just starts to look depressing. So at any rate, I think it'll be good. I think that I'll try backing it off to 3 times a week, and if that's still too much, then maybe I'll go to 2. We'll play it by ear. Yeah, I really wasn't intending to do a Vlogtober kind of thing. I know that's a thing in YouTube world, the Vlogtober and the Vlogust and the Vlogmas and vlog this and vlog that. And I don't like to tie myself down to those sorts of things. Because I don't know. David agrees about the snow. Yeah. It's really pretty when it's falling and you're inside looking out the window. Not nearly as pretty when you're trying to get home from work and the car sliding all over the place and you're having a come to Jesus moment. Scary stuff. Let's see. Star says, snow 2 days after it falls here is called 70 degrees. Snow 2 days after it falls here. Star, where are you? Where are you? I want to come there where it's 70 degrees. Kim says, I don't do those vlogs. It's too much for me. Yeah, for sure. Oh, El Paso, Texas. Well, yeah. You guys do get snow there, but it doesn't stay on the ground long, I guess, right? Let's see. David says, there's a thing where vloggers grow beards in November. Can't remember what it's called. I don't imagine that will be easy for you. No, I'm happy to say that it will not. Yeah, they have that here too. I think it's called No Shave November for prostate cancer awareness. Roxy, Calgary is a whole different ballgame. Calgary is just, it's like what we do, like 10 times worse, I think, weather-wise, at least from what I see on the Weather Channel. Let's see. Kate says, I don't do those vlogs for the same reason. I don't do lives. It's just too much. Yeah, it is a lot. It is a lot, for sure. Jen says, just be you that keeps you happy and coming back when you want. Thanks, Jen. I appreciate that. I try very hard to, actually, it's not hard. I think I'm pretty genuinely myself when I'm doing the vlogs and doing the lives and doing anything YouTube related. I don't really have a persona. What you see is what you get. Let's see. Movember, LOL. Movember, huh? Sounds exactly like Calgary, Roxy. Isn't Calgary like way colder though than here in New York? I think. I don't know. Star says, if there's white stuff in the air, the entire town shuts down, even if it doesn't stick to the roads. Oh, yeah, here people are pretty used to driving in the snow. It's just, for me, I don't have a lot of anxieties, but that is something that definitely makes me very nervous. Always have been. I hate driving in the snow. So now I pretty much just don't. When I have to go to work, especially now since we've all learned that we can work from home. My boss is perfectly okay with me staying home and working from home, and she stays home and works from home. And that's a really, really great thing for me because I hate it. I hate driving in it. So, hey, Granny D, how are you today? I'm so happy that you're here. It's good to see you. Everybody has been raving about your storytelling. I did catch a little bit the other night when you were doing some spooky stories. So love that. Everybody really loves that, Granny D. So keep that up. Jen says, no shave November. Yeah, that's what we call it here. All of the news guys, the guys on the local news stations, they stop shaving and they grow out their beards. Petra says, I loved doing the September month daily videos, but I needed a break. Took about 45 minutes every day that I had to take from my quiet time. Yeah. And we need that, don't we? We need that time to regroup and crochet, count our yarn, maybe just squish it a little bit. Yeah, we need that time. At least I do. And that was always what I did on my lunch break, which I still do. But now I get to do it with you. And I love that. I do. But some days on my lunch break, I have to go to the dollar store and buy candy. Oh, my goodness. Let's see. Kim saying hi to D. Petra says it's rough on a daily basis. Yeah. And Granny D saying hey to everybody. Kim says, I don't mind doing lives, but I can't commit to everyday vlogs. Yeah. The lives are they're, for me, a lot less time consuming because I don't do any editing to them. And for me, editing is an addiction. I just love to edit. I can't help it. Someone told me recently, actually, I've had two people say this recently, that my channel is like a mix between a female Mr. Rogers crochet and Sesame Street, which I can totally see. And actually, I'm a big fan of both, so I'm cool with that. I like that comparison. Let's see here. Everybody's saying hi to Granny D. David says, but it's a dry cold. Oh, it's never a dry cold here. Not even today. I had to turn on the fireplace. Calgary is my hometown. I've been snowed on in every month. Wow. Every month, Kate. Holy crap. That's crazy. We got snow this year in the middle of May, and we were so annoyed. I hate it. Jen says, my job is driving all kinds of weather. Wow, Jen, are you do you work for the post office or a delivery company like UPS or FedEx or something? Don't feel obligated to tell us. I'm just curious. Or maybe you're a truck driver. My friend Ruth used to be a truck driver. She used to have to drive in all kinds of weather on those great big trucks. Boy, I'm scared in a hatchback. I can only imagine driving in those bigger vehicles. Kate says, I've also cooked Christmas dinner in shorts and flip-flops. Where did you do that? I hope you were on vacation and not in Calgary. Ingrid, my sister in the UK, Aylesbury, says driving on black ice is super scary. It really is. In fact, black ice is the only time where I really, truly lost control of my vehicle. And that was about 2 years ago. And I had my son in the car. We were driving home from school, and it was white knuckle driving for sure. And we just couldn't stop at this busy intersection. We just slid right through it. And thank God there was nothing coming the other way. It was scary. Yeah, I don't like it at all. At all. Everybody's saying hi. Ladybird sends love and a blue heart. David Browning says, do you need a moment alone? Me? No, I don't need a moment alone. It is. It's deadly. Okay, so let's see. Let's keep moving on. Jen says, yeah, it's hard to watch all the lives though. Yes. It really, really is. Really is. Yeah. And some people manage to get to all of them. And I don't know how. Like, I'll hop onto a live for a little while and I'm like, oh, there's so-and-so. And then I'll go to another live a few hours later and, oh, that person's there too. And then 3 days later, I'll go to someone else's live and, oh, she's there again. So some people really, really are able to get to all of the lives. And for me, it's very hit or miss. Even with my best gals, it's hard to get to their lives. Let's see. Granny D says, oh gosh, thanks. But when you have to choose books from the public domain list, phew, some of the vocab I stumble over. It's my pleasure, as I really miss reading to my students as I've been retired. Oh, that's nice, Granny D. We're all happy to fill in for those little kiddos that we're so lucky to have you read to them way back when you were teaching. That's one of my favorite school memories, is having my third grade teacher, Mrs. Walton, who's probably passed on by now, but she was my favorite teacher because she read to us every single day. Every day she read out loud, and I loved it. That was in third grade, by the way. Let's see here. Oh, goodness. Kate, here in South Africa, it's pretty much the same. It's so hot that time of the year. We tried to do a cold Christmas lunch. I'm not a fan of the heat. I think I'm on the wrong continent. LOL. For those of you who don't know, that was Ursula, and she is in, I'm sorry, not Ursula. It was Ingrid in South Africa. And so she's in the Southern Hemisphere. So Christmas time is summer. I was thinking about that today. I was thinking that in New Zealand and Australia and South Africa, that on New Year's, it is like hot. Right? It's right in the middle of summer. And here it's freezing. It's so cold. Crazy. Kim says, editing for me is a no-go. Your editing is amazing, Julie. Oh, thank you for that, Kim. I do love to edit. And I do a lot of research, and I watch a lot of the people who tell you how to do your YouTube channel. I watch a lot of those videos just to learn, because I really enjoy it. It's my other hobby, I guess. Everybody's saying hello. Oh, Jen works at a car dealership. Now, I would not have guessed that, but that makes total sense that you would drive every day. Absolutely. David says, when I was in New York, we had Halloween blizzard one year. Yeah, not infrequent. Not infrequent at all. Last Halloween, we had an incredible thunderstorm. And it was one of those thunderstorms that lasts a long time. Like, it went on for a few hours, just constant lightning and thunder and heavy downpours. And my son, like I said, is really into Halloween, and he does a big Halloween haunt. It's like a haunted house. And people came. People still came. They were going through the haunted house, and they were coming out getting just totally drenched. But it was pretty wild. Michelle Wiley, speaking of snow, it just started here. It just started snowing. Oh, well, I hope you don't have to go out in it. I hope you can just look at it out the window. That'll be nice. Petra, gotta go scoot and get over this headache before my live. Oh, Petra, I'm sorry you have a headache. Love you guys to bits. Oh, thanks, Petra. I hope you feel better, honey. Get rid of that headache. That's no good. Kate says, no love in Calgary. No love? No love in Calgary? There's got to be some love in Calgary, Kate. Calgary doesn't have weather so much as surprise. Oh, wow. Bev, yes, I slid off the road in black ice. It was like flying. Someone kind of stopped to help me. Oh, someone very kind stopped to help me. Yeah, it's scary because you don't see it. You just don't see it. They call it black ice, but it's really clear. And you can't see it through the black, like it just looks like blacktop. And the only way you know it's there is if it just happened to have some moisture in the air, and it just happens to be cold enough for that moisture to freeze. That's the only way you'll know. And black ice is bad in the daytime, but even worse at night. So, yeah, hate it. Do you guys ever watch Highway Through Hell on the Weather Channel? Because that show gives me like heart palpitations. Crazy. Yes, I did, Ladybird. I don't know what happened there with my brain. For whatever reason, I looked at that blue heart and saw pink. I don't know. That's sweet of D. Pray for you. Feel better, Petra. I'm suffering with you. Yeah, I hope Petra feels better. What's with all my friends getting sick here? Come on, guys. Stay healthy. Everyone is saying hello, hello, hello. Is that my friend Yarn Geek here? Look at that. Oh, I think I missed stuff here. Okay, everybody's saying hello. Tangled in yarn with Annette. Hey, Annette, how are you? Glad you stopped by. It's good to see you. Kim says, I've slid through an intersection late at night coming home from work. It's super scary. Definitely. You guys are going to make me scared to drive to work tomorrow. No, I'm just kidding. It's not supposed to snow. Oh, dear. Crochet every day with Judy. Hey, Judy, how are you? Judy saying hi to everybody. And there's my friend Ginger, the yarn geek. How are you, Gingy? My little ginger snap. It's so good to see you. Oh, my goodness. David says, I love to listen to audiobooks while crocheting. I do too, David. How about the rest of you guys? What good books have you listened to? What's your favorite book to listen to while crocheting? I have listened to the entire series of Outlander. I've read that series like 6 times, like actually read it. And I think I've listened to it while crocheting probably at least once or twice too. I do love to listen to them. Bev is saying hi to Ginger, and David saying hi to Ginger. Sorry, I missed you this morning, Yarn Geek, but sleeping in felt great, didn't it? And wasn't it nice to have that extra hour? I love that. I do. That's the one good thing about daylight savings time. Well, one of the good things. There's other good things too. Ingrid, yes, I know getting to everyone's lives proves to be difficult, especially with the time difference, but I do try to support everyone as far as possible. Yeah, me too, Ingrid. Me too. The ones that, the time difference is what makes it hard for some of them. Like say it was squishy in Australia is sometimes hard for me to get to. Let's see. Granny D says, same for me. I was in love with my 3rd grade teacher, which is actually what prompted my teaching career. Loved her daily read aloud, so I followed suit, reading a chapter book daily after lunch. Granny D, did you have Mrs. Walton too? She always read after lunch. She read us the entire Little House series. I remember that. And I remember reading the Bobbsey twins in her class too. So much fun. Everybody's saying hi. Everybody's saying goodbye to Sweet Petra too. Hoping she's feeling better. Ladybird says, I'd love to read. To do a read aloud, that would be a perfect motivator. Yeah, it's nice. And let's see. Star says, it's officially November, cold and flu season. Yep. Have y'all gotten your flu shot? I got mine I think I got it in September, early September, I think. I got it before the school year started. When you work in a school, good idea to get a flu shot. Even though I think this year we might kind of have I know a lot of people are saying we're going to have a bad flu season, but I almost wonder if it's going to be a better flu season because we're all wearing masks. We're all hand sanitizing constantly. We're all maintaining social distance. So I have a feeling that the flu is not going to be too bad this year. But I do think we should all get our flu shots. If you can. Some people struggle with it. But if you can get your flu shot, I think it's a good idea. Oh, Ladybird is saying congratulations to Star. Yes, if you're just coming in, Star was the winner of the card chat giveaway. So congratulations to Star. I can't wait to get that out to you in the mail. And I know I said this before, but we've got some people coming in like my good friend Ginger. If you guessed my favorite song, I'm not going to show your names on the envelopes, but I have your stitch markers ready to go. So not the biggest gift in the world, but just a little gifty of appreciation. So there. Hey, Darla, how are you? It's good to see you. Yeah, Ginger, I was just saying earlier that I know that a lot of people are really enjoying Granny D's reading. So it's really nice of her to do that. Hey, Bobby Allison, how are you? I'm happy you made it. Ladybird says, I don't have audio. You don't have audiobooks. Okay. Yeah, I like to listen to them. Kate says, LOL, sometimes I read books while crocheting. I don't know how you do that, Kate, but it doesn't surprise me that you can because you're uber smart. Kate can read and crochet at the same time. Crazy. That's so cool. David Browning says, I'm a Jane Austen poet. See, I did it again. It just went up. I got halfway through his comment and then I lost my place. Sorry, guys. a Jason. I thought you said Jason. Jane Austen poet. And it says, I'm a Jane Austen geek. Can't get enough. And Ginger loves zombie audiobooks. And Star says, I listen to yarn videos and lives. I do those. I don't do the zombie books. Genevieve is saying hi to Judy. Bev's agreeing with Star. David says, I saw a Facebook post that said having an extra hour to 2020 is like having an extra track on a Yoko Ono album. No comment. I won't comment on that. Kate actually likes Yoko Ono's albums, David. I'm going to be very honest with you. I never heard one. My mother wasn't a fan, and we never had one in the house. So I never listened because it's not like it came up all that often. Like, oh, I got to go get it. It wasn't like that. So that's really kind of funny though. Oh dear. Bev says, I had a terrifying 4th grade teacher, but on Friday she read to us the entire hour. It was so different from Monday through Thursday. Oh, I guess she had a heart after all, Bev. What are you going to do? Sometimes teachers are not the nicest. It's sad, but sometimes you get some that are just kind of cranky. But that teaches us something too, though. It teaches us how to get along with people that we might not really like that much, and that's an important life lesson too. David says his 6th grade teacher read Anne Frank to us, but there were parts that shocked her and she left those parts out. Yeah, I've seen other teachers do that. The teacher I'm thinking of was reading To Kill a Mockingbird, and the words in that book were highly offensive some of the time, and she didn't want to say those words. So yeah, she would just leave them out. I don't know what I think about that. I'd have to think about that a little bit. I think kids are pretty resilient, and most things that happen in life can be teachable moments, so maybe that was a missed opportunity to talk about some really important things. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to get all philosophical about it right now. I'd have to think about it a while. Crochet Every Day with Judy. I read on my channel. So far, I've read Kidnapped, Treasure Island by Robert Louis Stevenson, and then Black Beauty, and now I'm reading Heidi. Oh, I read Black Beauty to my little guy when he was a kid. He liked it. It was kind of sad in some spots, but Ginger's saying, why did I already know that, Kate? Yeah, we've talked about that before, Ginger. Bobby Ellison, I learned to love reading and still do. Read so many books. I have a hard time finding new ones. Oh, yeah. It's interesting. You never know when you're going to find a good book or have one suggested to you. Yeah, I was on a train journey once, and towards the end of it was a long train journey. I think it was an 18-hour train ride, and towards the end, the other passenger next to me that we'd been together for 18 hours suggested a book, and I'd never heard of it and read it, and it became a favorite. So yeah, you never know. You never know. One of my favorite books of all time is Lonesome Dove by McMurtry, Larry McMurtry. So there's another thing you didn't know about me, and now you do. Let's see here. David, lots of people are getting complacent or never complied with on those safety measures. Yeah. Tangled in Yarn and Net. I listened to Fiber Spider in reading on YouTube. Oh, I didn't know Fiber Spider did it. Seems to be the new thing, huh? That's cool. Jen says we have 400 kids out of school quarantine because 4 kids have COVID. Yeah. Oh, I can't wait for it to be over. I know that everybody's feeling that way. Yes, Ginger, you didn't know. I didn't make like an announcement or anything. I had a little blurb at the top of the screen that said if you can guess correctly, you'll win stitch markers. So yeah, you win stitch markers, and I have your envelope here. It's going in the mail tomorrow. So surprise to you. Bobby Ellison, good, working on a pocket shawl. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Pocket shawls are all the rage these days. Lots of people making the pocket shawls. David says there are audiobooks on YouTube. Search for audiobooks. Good to know. Bev says Persuasion is my favorite. And there I go again. Went too fast. Persuasion is her favorite something. Here it is. Persuasion is my favorite Jane Austen. And Roxy says, that's so good. And Sherry Miller, hey, Sherry, says, that is so true, David. We, as truck drivers, see it every day. People lose sense in bad road conditions. Yes, absolutely. And I'm like, I don't even know how to describe it. I'm like the super cautious one. I'm the one that, everybody else is on the highway and I'm like this. Everybody else is just driving along. My sister-in-law drove by me once on a snowy day and she was afraid to beep the horn and wave because she didn't want to break my concentration. I'm terrified. Ginger says, yes, David, I just finished listening to Adrian's Undead Diaries on YouTube. I didn't know this, you guys. This is good to know. Bev says, I did help me see there was something more to the teacher. I definitely learned from her. Yep. I think we learn from every person we meet. Sometimes we learn that I don't really like that person, but I've got to get along with them. And other times, we learn, hey, this person's got a lot of great ideas. You never know. You never know what you're going to learn from somebody. But I think you learn something from everybody that you have any kind of long interaction with. Let's see. Jen says, I love that book, To Kill a Mockingbird. Yeah. I read it or reread it recently when my son was reading it for school. Ginger says, to me, Yoko Ono sounds like weird birds, nails on the chalkboard, and cats in heat. Ginger, don't hold back. Tell us how you really feel. How do you really feel about Yoko Ono? And then explain it to Kate. Kate likes Yoko Ono. Kay's Crochet Haven says, we read To Kill a Mockingbird in 6th grade. I think they read it in 9th grade here. I think my son was in 9th grade when he read it. Can't remember, but I think so. And Kate says, Ginger, Yoko is not the bagpipes. And Ginger loves the bagpipes. I like the bagpipes. I like bagpipes. I do. Bobby Allen. Yes, Lonesome Dove is word for word what the miniseries was. He allowed no changes. Yes, I have said this before to everybody. That movie was perfectly cast, like to a T. Every character was absolutely perfect. There were some storylines that were taken out. I mean, the movie is 6 hours long. So they did take out certain storylines. But yes, word for word, perfect. I love both. In fact, when I was in labor, I was watching the movie Lonesome Dove. It's my favorite. I love it. It is epic. Yes, and Bev agrees. Lonesome Dove is epic. The movie is good, but the book is far, far better. I love that the book, has all of the story in it, obviously. But I do understand why certain storylines were taken out because that movie would have been so long. It would have been like a 10-hour movie. And I don't know if you've read any of the prequels or sequels to it, but those are great too. Jen Reeves, I'm working on my Longmire blanket. Loving how it's turning out. That's great. Congratulations on that, Jen. It's love to, it's great to see that project through, you know. Hi, Susan B. How are you? Glad you made it. Crochet at My House says, I don't drive at all. You're not missing anything. And Genevieve saying hi to Nancy. David says, I drive like someone who knows what car insurance costs. David, you have such a way with words. Yes, David, all at once. Crochet at My House. I've been told I'm a hazard on a bicycle, so I'm sure I'd be worse in a car. Oh my goodness. Bev says, I started crocheting a market bag during Ginger's Live yesterday morning and they're finishing it now. That's a good thing. I did a market bag, Cal, that last summer. And yeah, I gave it away to my mom and I made another one. And then I gave that one to my sister. So I've made 2 and I don't have either of them. But that's okay. They both use them and I'm happy for them. Let's see. Ingrid, loved reading Jean M. Owl's Clan of the Cave Bear and Others, something different, and I'll read it again. My mom loved that book. I never read it, but my mom loved it. I remember that as a kid that she had that book. And Kate says, well, I'm sorry, no, it's not Kate, it's Ginger saying to Kate, well, Kate, men in kilts do play the bagpipes. I don't know that Terrence plays the bagpipes. Kate, does he? I've never seen him play the bagpipes, but obviously certainly could. I just don't know. Oh, goodness. Jill says, with no hands. JK. I don't know. Jill, sorry, put my crochet down to type something gross. Okay. Bev, Lonesome Dove is much more than a Western. We seem to agree. Yeah, I agree with that completely. Do you know who the Lonesome Dove is? Lonesome Dove. Well, I can say it now because it's not anymore, but I used to use Lonesome Dove for my password all the time. And I named my ukuleles. And this ukulele's name is Newt. So my Lonesome Dove friends will appreciate. That's Newt. But yeah, do you know who the Lonesome Dove is? I just kind of gave it away. Let's see here. David, what is your channel? I think it's called I, David Browning. Is that right? Or is it just David Browning? Can't remember. Let's see here. Yep, search for his name. Yep. Or for Pager Bear. Oh, didn't know that. Yarn Geek says, I read that whole series, Ingrid, and I loved it. Are you talking about the zombies? I know you love those zombies. Bobby says, I got sucked into these pocket shawls when they first hit Facebook, made 3 and took a long break. Now I'm making one for my sister-in-law. Oh, that's nice. Bev is just giving me a big smile. So that could mean that, yes, she does know who the Lonesome Dove is. I'm sure you do. If you're as big of a fan as I am, you know who the Lonesome Dove is. He's just the best character. Oh my goodness, guys. Well, we've been going here for an hour and a half, so I think I'm going to let you go. Pager Bear is my Google ID. Long story. Okay. Maybe you can make a video of that story, David. We'd certainly watch it, I'm sure. I know I would. Yeah, so guys, we've been going, like I said, for an hour and a half. And so I am going to let you go. But there is just one thing I think I'll show you before I do. It's really funny. And it's a picture that my son sent me while he was out today. He texted me this picture. Oh, I'm getting all of these comments here. Don't want my comments up there. I don't know if you can see it. Oh, maybe you can't see it. Oh, you can't see it. Anyway, it was this hysterical picture of my son with this alien mask on, and I about jumped out of my skin. It was so funny. Oh, Bev, thank you for coming. I'm so glad you did. I'm sorry you can't see the funny picture of my son in his silly mask. I wish it showed up because it is really funny. Oh well. Oh well. Sorry, guys. I hope you all have a great rest of your Sunday. And I'll see you a few times this week for Card Chat. And I'll see you again next week. And Friday is not Friday, Saturday live at 5. We're going to be over at Bitch and Stitches for our Yarn Hookers Live. And we are talking about breaking the rules. So naturally we'd be at Kate's, right? And then again, Sunday, Sunday fun at 1. Why I held up 4, I don't know. I don't know, guys. It's been a long week. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, take care. Have a great day. I'm gonna shut this down now. Bye.